Published 0750 EDT, the 8th of September 2017. Updated 0759 EDT, the 8th of September 2017. Flyers asking former staff of embattled MasterChef judge George Colombaris to call a free phone line for free legal advice have begun sprouting around Melbourne. The flyers, part of a campaign by union-run Shop Young Workers Centre, appear to have reached a number of furious employees with multiple tabs already ripped off. The A4 pieces of paper feature a blown-up photo of Mr. Colombaris' head with the words, "Does this guy owe you money?" surrounding his face in bold text. It follows revelations that 162 underpaid staff from 3 of the chef's restaurants will allegedly have to wait up to a year for $2.6 million in wages to be paid. Flyers advertising free legal advice for former employees of George Colombaris have been taped around Melbourne following the businessman stalling in paying them what they are owed. Young Workers Centre claims Mr. Colombaris owes about $16,000 each to up to 200 former employees, some of who had clearly leapt at the offer of free, confidential legal advice. The campaign was in response to news of Mr. Colombaris stalling making payments to employees of his company, Made Establishments, until June 2018, the Sydney Morning Herald reported. Multiple tabs had already been ripped from the poster on Friday evening, with them hung on Thursday in locations near Mr. Colombaris' establishment. CWC said its campaign begun on Thursday, with them hanging up flyers in areas they believed Mr. Colombaris' unpaid employees were likely to see them. "We've placed the posters in strategic locations around Colombaris' Melbourne restaurants in order to reach as many workers as possible," media and communications organizer Amy Fitzgerald said. "We want workers to know that having to wait more than 12 months in order to receive the money they're entitled to under law is unreasonable and unacceptable." The flyers state the man owes about $16,000 each to up to 200 former employees. Ms. Fitzgerald said the YWC were all too familiar with the importance of being paid fairly. "As young workers ourselves, we know that $16,000, the average repayment owed to each worker, can be a life-changing amount of money," she said. Mr. Colombaris was forced to apologize earlier in the year after he underpaid his restaurant staff, understandably leaving former staff angry at him and his business partner Radhik Sally. "We want workers to know that having to wait more than 12 months in order to receive the money they're entitled to," Ms. Fitzgerald from the Young Workers Centre said in a recent letter to staff. The MasterChef star's chief executive, Troy McDonough, announced that the company had not met its deadline to submit their internal audit to the Fair Work Ombudsman in April. The company said it had spent $2.6 million to compensate 160 current employees. In the letter he said, "Whilst we have made significant progress in our investigations and in compensating former employees, the total number of individual investigations we have taken to properly and accurately assess each claim is substantially greater than what we first anticipated." Mr. McDonough added that the company will continue to keep the Ombudsman and former staff informed of what was happening and their payments. Employees will reportedly have to wait until June 2018, which has left former staff angry at the millionaire TV chef and his business partner Radhik Sally. "We are absolutely committed to ensuring people receive all the payments they are entitled to under the award," he added. Meanwhile, a disgruntled employee told the publication, "These guys are millionaires. It was their fault. They admitted to it, and now they want us to wait. This may not be a lot of money to them, but it's a fortune for me." An FWO spokesman said they do not believe the former workers need to wait that long to receive the money that is owed to them. George Colombaris' chief executive, Troy McDonough, said, "We are absolutely committed to ensuring people receive all the payments they are entitled to under the award." Pictured right, Radhik Sally. This also comes after the TV chef banned himself from attending A-League matches following his assault at the A-League Grand Final in Sydney earlier this year. The Melbourne-based personality will have to wait another 6 weeks to be sentenced over the attack, where he allegedly assaulted a 19-year-old man. He was in Sydney's Downing Centre local court on Friday as a magistrate ordered further documents before sentencing can be arranged. But outside court, he revealed that he has decided to punish himself by not going to any matches for the next year. Not happy, a disgruntled employee told the publication, "These guys are millionaires. It was their fault. They admitted to it, and now they want us to wait. This may not be a lot of money to them, but it's a fortune for me."